Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for every father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and taught truth and will well. Say, hopefully, I put in this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yabasop, coming to know less the spirit power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And this lesson is really going into being afflicted, affliction. And when you're in this truth, expect to have a season where you are going to be afflicted and you're going to be tempted and you're going to be tested as Job was. Now, it may not be to the exact severity and extent of what Job went through, which we'll get out the account of Job, what I'm referring to within the scriptures. But you're going to be going through something to where it'll seem like, all hell's breaking loose. When it rains, it pours. It is really, it's a very humbling experience because you can hit a point to where you're basically at rock bottom, as some people would say. That you will go through that, okay? And it's a very, very challenging experience to have to go through when you're being that afflicted, to where all sides it seems like everything that could go wrong could possibly go wrong, and then something else goes wrong even further. And really that may be the Lord just wanting to see if you're going to break, and he's going to see if you're going to fold, if you're going to say fuck the faith and then go back to the world and say screw this, and see if you're going to curse the Heavenly Father and then leave and then depart from him and go back to being wicked and give up. You will. So you're going to be pushed to that level, man. Anything that you could think of that can go wrong, and when you think everything is very cool and going very well for you, just like that, man, the Lord can take it away. Sometimes he'll bless you with a whole lot of things, and then and just see what happens when he takes it all away, just to see if you're really sincere about serving him. Lord may be like, okay, well, I'm going to give this man the nicest house, the nicest car. I'm going to give him wealth. And you may be a servant of the Heavenly Father. You may be in this truth, and, you're out there at the highways and hedges and you're getting all these blessings, and you're thinking life is good. But then the Lord can do things to keep you humble and keep you reminder of that. This is not our rest. We are in captivity. We are in punishment. And you will feel that reminder, man. Or it might not be a reminder. It might just be a situation to where you've just had it so good for most of your life, or living a certain way within this walk in this truth, and had it so good for so long, that the Lord just wants to see if you as real as you say you are. Like, okay, I've been giving you this and giving you that and giving you this and giving you that. You've been serving me, but what's going to happen if I take away all the physical things, the tangible stuff? What's going to happen then? Are you just going to quit and go back to the world? And sometimes it might be a serious affliction that you have to go through, to where you need a serious self-examination. Sometimes the Lord just has to sit your ass down, man. You might be doing too much, man. And when you do go through your point, just remember these words and these scriptures we're going to bring out, because I guarantee you will go through it. All brothers can testify in this truth in this ministry, especially of Great Millstone, where they didn't have a season where all hell seems to just go, everything just seems to go wrong. That possibly go wrong. You may wreck your car, then turn around, have to end up moving somewhere else. Then you end up losing the job. Then you lose a wife, because she goes out and steps in adultery on you. You might lose a loved one that's close to you. Then you have a fallout within family members. Then you might go through something physical, and you're physical in the flesh, in your body. Me personally, I've been there, man. And I'm going through my own afflictions. And it's tough. But we got to stay strong within this truth and this ministry and keep our eye on the prize. Because whatever affliction you're going through, just know that it is a seasonal thing. And what happens with seasons is they always change. So it is a season that you got to go through something, but it's going to change. It's going to change. So let's go ahead and go through some of these scriptures here. Let's see where we want to start. We'll go to the book of Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. Okay? First part of this precept says many. So you're going to go through a whole lot of shit if you're of the righteous. Those that are of the wicked, they rarely really go through a whole lot of bad stuff because they're living in the act of Satan giving them the world. When Yahweh Shai got tempted in the desert, remember he took him up to the top and he said, look, I can give you all of this. All you got to do is bow down and serve me. So everybody else that's not serving the Heavenly Father, they're bowing down and they bowed down and they have served Satan. So yes, they are living it up and pleasurable. And every once in a while, that contract in blood that they did with their spirit, it has to be paid for. And that's when they go through their affliction is an understatement. They tend to experience something so damn dramatic that you just can't bounce back from. Either the Lord just straight up kills them, or kills somebody that they love, or they may go strict down and come down with cancer. Something crazy out this world to where they get jacked up and then there is no way escape from it. They just stay getting jacked up and then they don't bounce back from it. Or they just lose somebody that was real close and you can't repair that. But when it comes to the righteous, we don't go through things like that to where we just can't bounce back from and we're just broken, but we just go through stuff over and over and over again over the course of your walk in this faith. The Lord's going to show you things. Okay, well, this happens. And a lot of times when you keep going through things every year or so or throughout the year, it's just a reminder of where you are. And that Satan is definitely still, spiritual demon Satan is still out there on his job. And he's going to do his job and he's going to constantly test you. Constantly test you. That's why this was many are the afflictions. So it is normal for you to be going through a lot of stuff. But at some point, you're going to be going through a lot of stuff all at one time. Like Job. Okay? It says, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. So you will be delivered from it. Job got delivered from it. But when he was going through it, he was at that rock bottom going through it. And we're going to get the account of that. Okay? This is the book of Job 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil. So this was a very good, upright, standing man. He feared the Lord. Okay? And he was said he was perfect. The only other time where we read about somebody being perfect was when Yahweh Shai came in the flesh, when he had to go die on the cross. So Job obviously was very, very outstanding for that statement to be made. And it says, and there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. So big family. He had a lot of sons. That's a blessing. Then he had 3 daughters on top of that. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. So this guy will be equivalent today as a multimillionaire or even billionaire. Rich. Okay? To have that much cattle and stuff today, you'd be considered very wealthy still. Be basically in the status of a millionaire. And it says that he was the greatest of all the men of the East. So it didn't just say the city. It said the whole region, the whole east side, man. This guy was balling out of control, and a man of the Lord. So even in this truth, it can feel like that opponent where, you're doing very, very well for yourself. Job going good, money going good, brand new spanking whip. Things are popping. You get a little extra money to help other brothers out with, and next thing you know, you pull a bad fine bitch, and everything seems to be going good. And the next thing you know, we're gonna read what's getting ready to happen, man. Verse 4: And the sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So he had kids that were wicked too. That goes to show that we're so much close to how Job was when it comes to this walk today. Because we got family members that and kids and things like that. They still go do the same shit. They'll go still celebrate their birthdays and stuff like that. But Job wasn't doing it. But he had family members doing it. But the Lord marked that, because here it is. This is a man of the Lord, but they're celebrating their day, their birthday, which is off according to the scriptures. So when it came time as part of his testing Job, it also was twofold. The Lord got 2 birds with 1 stone, because he also got to execute judgment on the family members too for their wickedness. It says, and it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job set up and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yahweh in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. So he had to always try to pray for his family members. Oh man, please don't take them out. They're not doing right. Please don't take them out. Eventually, the Lord not gonna care what you asking for. It says, Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. So you got the angels that came, and then spiritual demon Satan came among them as well. And it says, And Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? So he's like, where you been? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? So this proves right here, the Lord controls the spiritual demon Satan. He don't act on his own accord. They're not at war with one another. Satan has to report to the Heavenly Father first, and he has to get permission for what he does. He tells him what he's been doing. So the Lord is with the left-hand side things that go on. He controls that too. He controls the demonic side and the angelic side. So he said, and Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil? So he's like, hey, well, you've been going to and fro. Have you even considered, working on Job? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? So does he fear the Lord when he doesn't have anything? It says, Hast thou not made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? And also the Lord did that. He gave him blessings, made him the greatest man of the east. And the Lord will do that to reward you for your righteous acts. It says, Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. That's basically what Satan's saying. He's basically, how you talk about who's going to win a boxing match. That's how the conversation's going. Satan's like, well, I don't think this dude going to be as great as you say he's going to be if you take everything he's got, because you just basically spoiled him right now. It's basically a roundabout way what Satan's saying. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. That's right, because Satan was given rulership, spiritual demons. Satan was given authority and control over the physical, tangible abundance and blessings on the earth. So everything you get when it comes to money, women, cars, clothes, and all that stuff, that physical, tangible stuff, that Satan controls that. He's got authority over that. The Lord just allows him to manage it. The Lord ultimately has control over everything, but he allows Satan to manage the money of the earth, the wealth, the prosperity. Okay? It says, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh. So he went ahead and began to test. He got permission, the green light, to go ahead and touch everything that Job had. Okay? So verse 15, it says, we'll read on, actually we'll go up a little bit here. It says, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and only I am escaped alone to tell thee. So he just lost all his servants. Okay. Then his flock, his sheep just got burned up, while somebody else was already telling him what was going on. And then here's more and more stuff keeps happening. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped alone to tell thee. So now he lost his camel, his sheep, his servants. Boom, 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 boom. Literally, and this is all happening at once, mind you. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and their daughters, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, so a tornado, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So damn, he literally lost everything. He lost all his substance. He lost his children, man. He lost his children. Died. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. So immediately, instead of saying there is no God like some wicked niggas would say when they go through something, he started serving the Heavenly Father. He understood that he was being judged, so he needed to seek the Lord even harder. And that's what you should do when you're going through it. Yeah, you're going to mourn, but don't stop seeking the Heavenly Father. Continue to serve. Continue to serve him. And said, naked I came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. Yahweh gave, and Yahweh hath taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh. And all this Job said not, nor charged Yahweh foolishly. So, when it rains, it pours, man. When it rains, it pours. And it doesn't stop. I mean, it goes on and on and on through this whole chapter. More and more things happen to him. I'll read another one real quick. Okay? It says, again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before Yahweh. And Satan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil. And still he hold fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So he's like, look, I told you, Job's a real one. He stayed faithful, even though you took away all the physical things he had. And Satan answered Yahweh and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath he will give for his life. But put forth thy hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So there's a lot of things that can shake you up, that Satan will basically is giving you the ideas of what he does to test you and test your faith, and if you're going to stay faithful, true to Heavenly Father or not. Your physical substance, things that's going on, and now he's talking, your loved ones, your money, your cars, your clothes, your home, Now he's saying, well, start fucking with his health. Start fucking with his health too. Let's see if he's still gonna serve you. So he says, but put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So he was out to do whatever, just as long as he didn't kill him. Okay? It says, and he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal. Actually, Salaki, just skip this verse here. It says, so went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. So basically, imagine going through like an Ebola-like disease, or smallpox, where you get giant boils just getting on your flesh. The same plague that hit the Egyptians, man. All over your body, from your foot all the way up to your face, everywhere, man. Giant blisters oozing and burning pain. It says, and he took with him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. So that's like a woman, man. You deal with a wife while you in this truth. So you still gonna serve the Lord when all this happens? You still not gonna take the chit when all this happens? What are you gonna do about your kids? What are you gonna do with that? Does thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. It's like, forget that faith that, one will tell you, you in a cult. Forget that. Curse Yahweh and die. That's a wicked woman, man. So, you can know what the Lord's going to take away next. It says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. So yes, there's balance to it. You're going to get blessings, but other times you're going to get jacked up too. But it's all balance, But ultimately, what always ends is a reward if you did the right thing. That's the way it ends. So there you have it, man. Then his buddies came. They wanted to mourn with them and comfort them. So you might have brothers come, lift you up, and mourn with you, comfort you, But you're going to go through a lot of things, man. James 1 and 2, it says, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. So, it's all for a reason what you go through. So you got to count it all joy. And divers means many. Many temptations. Because you just count it joy because that knows that this is something that you just got placed with the test in front of you. All you got to do is pass that mug, man. You ace it, and you're going to get a reward. So this is why you should count it joy. That also is a sign that the Lord is really considering dealing with you. Because he had that conversation with the spiritual demon Satan. And Satan like, well, if you say he's this, let me go, let him prove himself. So you're now given the opportunity to prove yourself to the Heavenly Father. So this is why you should count it joy. For you to even be in a conversation, period, is a big deal. For you to be in the conversation. Of all the people in the world, for you to be in the conversation, to be tempted to prove your faith is a blessing within itself. 2 Timothy 4 and 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. That is how you prove. Okay, you endure these afflictions and continue doing the work. If you do that, you've made full proof of the ministry, and you'll be rewarded. And at the end of the story of Job, he got blessed tenfold. He got many wives, he got many more kids, like triple or 7 times the amount of cattle and things that he had in the substance. So he was made even more and more richer. So you thought you was good when you got that first little ride you was riding around in, that Lincoln, you know? You was like, man, this is cool. And you wrecked it. You go through this, you go through that, go through this, go through that. But as long as you maintain your integrity, you show for proof, hey, at the end of it, you'll get blessed with way better than that, man. And ultimately, the biggest blessing we got coming is the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You know, that's the ultimate reward, man. So that's why you count it all joy. Now, yes, just know you're not alone in what it is you're going through, and you're gonna hit that rock bottom, man. And brothers, it's gonna fucking hurt, okay? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna take a lot of patience, and you're gonna hit a point to where you don't understand why. You may even question if the Lord's dealing with you or not when you're going through it. But when you read the book of Job and you see his mentality, and you see that basically what you're going through is like a spiritual parallel to what was happening to him, and he's having like the exact same thoughts you're going through at that moment. And in some instances, things that you may say in prayer to the Heavenly Father when you're reading Job, like, damn, I said that same thing. I asked the exact same prayer. You know, I was feeling the exact same way towards myself. You know, because Job was just like, you know, he didn't think he was even going to make it. He thought the Lord kind of hated him for a minute because of all the things he was going through. You know, this is why he says, and after Job 3 and 1 says, after this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which I said there is a man child conceived. So you get to the point you're like, man, I wish I was dead. I wish I would never existed. These are thoughts and things that are going to happen when you're going through your heavy affliction. But it was all, he didn't sin he didn't sin at all having this mentality, because one thing, we're not supposed to celebrate our birthday at all. We're supposed to know and understand this is physical hell when we're born into. There's no such thing of a place that you just burn for all eternity. You know, in Hades, that goes into that old Greek mythology crap that they merged with Christianity. We're living in hell right now. You know? And this whole chapter 3 is really him crying out. Just beat down, man. He's cursing the wicked. He's cursing the oppressors. He's cursing everything, cursing himself. He's cursing everything but the Heavenly Father, you know. He's just sighing, you know, he's trembling. So you're gonna hit that point, and it's normal. Just know it's a season, okay? It'll pass. Keep your patience. Keep in contact with the brothers in ministry to help allow them to help lift you up and support you and build you up, but ultimately have the Heavenly Father build you up, man. Continue to pray towards him anyway. While though he smites you, continue to praise and worship him. You know, because if you are being smitten, it is for a reason, because we're all worthy of death in this life of sin for shit that we've done. So you can't sit there and act like you don't deserve what you're going through. When you know the wickedness you've done in this world, you know you might have screwed up on a Sabbath day before. You know how you lived before you even came into the truth. You know. There's a lot of things we do every single day that we're worthy of death for. So, that's just what it is. But with that, Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. I don't think I really need to go into reading any more of this chapter. Kind of rambled on long enough. When I'm going to close out, hopefully somebody can find this lesson as some type of encouragement, to get them through whatever struggles they're going through. Like I said, I'm going through my own afflictions myself. So, using my pain for edification. I'm going to close out, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that taught us truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopefully, like pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.